what I'm doing today is I'm doing a wet render of fat into tallow using water and salt in my crock pot. So this method is really the best way to get the purest form of tallow, and it helps also extract the smell from it because nobody really wants to smell like a cow. If you're eating this tallow, I mean, probably even if you're putting it on your skin, you're going to want really high quality fat. Oh my God, Ivan. If my husband would stop interrupting me, I might get through this. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. High quality fat. As we're all starting to learn and more evidence is coming out that seed oils and vegetable oils are not as good for us as we thought, and that our bodies are actually better at processing animal fats. But the thing is if it's not high quality fat, then, I mean, it's probably still not great for you, right? The idea is that we are trying to use healthier fats for our body for cooking, which in turn just helps everything. My crock pot is on low and I'm adding 6 cups of water. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of salt. As you can see, I cut this into little chunks. So now I'm going to leave this for 6 to 8 hours. It kind of just depends on how long it takes to kind of all melt down. The more times that this fat gets purified and rendered, the more pure it will be, the longer it will last, and it will also hopefully not taste or smell as much like, you know, animal. I'm gonna go head out and do some chores, take care of the goats, and we're just gonna let this sit most of the day. I also have to go volunteer at the kids' school. Talent show's coming up, so fun. So one of the things I'm gonna do while I'm waiting, it's really silly, but my husband says I need to show you guys what I'm doing while my fat's rendering. I'm getting rid of some fat. Not that I need to. So I'm working on doing an ab workout every day, not for fat burning purposes, but for lower back strength, my lower back. I am trying to just at least do like a 10-minute workout each day. So you can just follow with me for a hot minute here. Okay, this is what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. Most of our fat has melted down. So those chunks I'm gonna keep melting down, but for now I'm gonna strain what's liquid and then let it cool, and then I will show you after it's cooled what we do.
Pour the hot oil.
Yeah.
I think you lift that thing up.
This thing.
Yeah, let's get it closer to it, and that way you
middle.
can control where it's going.
Grease doesn't come out of clothes very easily.
Well,
that's
why I didn't even think about.
Yeah, no,
It's greasy all the time.
I'm like, ooh, I don't want it on my neck. That's good. And then we'll melt this down some more. Okay, now I have to add more water to this. Here.
Did you try this already?
Well, you can't do it with hard fat.
Oh, yeah.
But, no,
I'm a hot mess.
This is why Ivan's not allowed in the kitchen, because he just makes such a mess.
I'm like a hammer. I'm like a sledgehammer, which works great for a lot of things, but in the kitchen
and the garden.
You don't really dig a sledgehammer into the kitchen and the garden.
This is really how he gets out of cooking anything.
I pick up heavy things and I put them down. That's what I do. Okay, that's better.
I'm going to leave this here for a while, and I'm going to go do something else. Always a million other things to do on the homestead. Cool quick out here. Do it later. Put this on it, so hopefully nothing gets to it. Forcing my husband to do an ab workout with me. Oh. This is what we do. We make tallow and get fit.
Baked good. If you want the cinnamon rolls, you gotta do the ab workout, she says.
Uh-huh.
Oh God, I'm so bad at it. Compared to that lady on the screen, she's so good at it.
You're like making it harder for yourself. Oh my word, I don't know if I can do that. Ooh. Ooh. Longest 10 minutes of your life, huh? We're back after some abs. So if you remember, Ivan helped me kind of strain out what was liquid, and then I cooked it down a little more and strained it and added it to my bowl of other liquid. And then I just wanted to show you kind of what's left. Could this be cooked down more? Probably. However, I feel like I've gotten enough out of it. I mean, it's been cooking down for at least 12 hours. I feel like, and then this is sort of just the weird goopy stuff. There's little pieces of meat in there. Just all those bits and pieces. My favorite part of doing tallow is going to be up next. I'm gonna go for a ski, probably pick up the kids from school, and then later this evening we'll come back to that big bowl and I'll show you the fun part. I'm out on the trails skiing, getting some skate skiing in between steps of processing the tallow. Gotta get your exercise. Here it is. So exciting. Try to just loosen it from the bowl here. Look at that beautiful stuff. This piece is like, whoa, there it is. So there's all the water that has all the gunk in it. Now, what you do is you get all of this yucky stuff off. See, that is the impurities. And that is what we're trying to get rid of. As we do more rounds of this, it's going to be less and less stuff on the bottom. Basically, when there isn't really any gunk on the bottom anymore, you have some very pure tallow. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to put it back in the crock pot. Melt it down with water and salt again. The other amazing thing you can do with really pure tallow, and I'm talking pretty pure, is you can put it on your face and your skin, and it's like the most perfect hydrating serum you could put on there. But once again, you probably don't want to smell like meat or an animal. So I'd highly recommend purifying it a lot before you use it on your body. I mean,
I always smell like an animal.
Maybe you like it that way. Okay. Water. Salt. Okay, there we go. So we're putting it on low. I'm just basically gonna do it until it's kind of bubbling, simmering again. And then I'm gonna do the same process of pouring it in the bowl, putting it outside, letting it harden. Let that just do its thing. All right, I'm about to head to bed, but I wanna get this in the bowl and outside, harden up again. I'm gonna bring this outside. Good morning. Here we are with our tallow, and we are going to do a similar process again. Dumping out all that water. Look at that. It's getting more pure. Okay. Beautiful pure disc. You can see getting whiter too as you get all of the impurities out of it. It doesn't want to break. It got really cold out last night, so I have Okay. I am going to add a bunch more water, and then we'll just see how it looks and whether I want to do it again. Salt, melt her down, put it on low. At this point, I just let it melt down, get really hot, and then pour it into the bowl. It's not really a set amount of time. It's more like at my convenience. I'm about to head to the school, and I'm gonna leave this outside to harden up again, and then we'll decide whether we're doing another round of rendering or not. Sat outside overnight. Now, water is so clear. That is definitely a good sign. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I could definitely render it again one more time, but I feel like it's good enough. So what I'm doing now is I'm melting it back down in my crock pot so that it's liquid again, so I can pour it into jars, because I like to keep it in little jars so I can just grab jars out of the fridge and put them on the counter and have these like little jars that I use for cooking. This will not take that long to melt, and then I will just get it jarred up, and then we're done. It definitely took a few days, but it does not have to take as long if you're more focused on the process and like not leaving it overnight or running off to do a million other things like I am. But for me, it doesn't matter how fast it gets done, and it's nice to just be like, throw it in the crock pot, leave, put it in a bowl outside, leave, do something else, and just let it turn into a liquid again, and then we'll come back to it. I'm gonna go feed the goaties, and we'll be back. So you can see here. So yeah, as you can see, the goats waste a lot of hay. So what I do is throw it over the fence for the horses who are not so picky. And then we don't have all of our hard-earned hay going to waste. So I just take a bunch of this, toss it right over the fence. Good enough. So the horses will just pick through that and eat what's good. And now it's all cleaned out under the thing and in the trough. And then I'm gonna go up in the barn and we throw hay down from up top in the barn. We have a super cool system for feeding our goats that Ivan created. I love it so much. And then, so what I do is I open this little hatch and I throw hay down. And that's their feeder that I was just cleaning out under. That. And there it is down there. And then here's the horsies. Hi, Sundown. Did you get that open? Oh, and then we get bossy Violet. Here's Violet. She's so sweet. You're so sweet. She's the best. Okay. I know, you think you deserve more treats, but you're fat. Sorry. Let's go check on the tallow. Hopefully it's ready to put in jars and be done with it. So here we go. It's a liquid. And then I'm going to fill these jars with this liquid gold. I'm gonna rock and roll. Be done in like 2 seconds. Here's the lovely jars. Look at those golden beauties. Yay! So those will turn more white as they cool. Right, I gotta run. We'll be back to show you them all cooled.
A few moments later.
All right, my lovelies, we have done it. We have rendered some beautiful tallow. You can see it's turned pretty white. Thanks for joining me on this journey of rendering and purifying fat into tallow. I'll keep most of this in the fridge, and then I keep a jar next to the stove that we use. Please, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like. It's how I can keep making these videos happen. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed.